Hello everybody, hope they are good. Bitcoin is good for sure. What a move it made yesterday. Check this out, guys, okay? So when we made the video, I think that we were around here, okay? And I was telling you the idea that this still looked quite heavy and we were expecting another drop, okay? Then we saw a new lower low here, okay? Check this out. That's a new lower low, but I was expecting price to go a bit lower, okay? Towards this zone here. I mean, it's only $200 away, $250 away, but do you know what I mean? It hasn't been testing a support just yet. Check this out, okay? You got this zone over here. It was a resistance that was tested twice before, and we still haven't tested as soon as support. And you might say, okay, well, what about this zone over here? This spike here? Neither, okay? There you go. It hasn't been tested neither. So quite concerning that Bitcoin didn't go all the way there. Now it decided to make a new lower low, and then that's a massive short squeeze, okay? In terms of the daily time frame, I'm gonna be clear with you guys. First of all, I don't like this week. That's a very long week in the daily time frame, okay? And secondly, remember that we took a short from here. I took some profits in this zone over here, around 30,000, and I left the rest of the trading ruling, that was around 40%, okay? Where to? Towards this support over here. You almost got there. It didn't, so, you know, just for $250, I didn't close the rest of the position. It's okay, it happens when you trade these things, okay? And now, in the daily time frame, we've seen this short squeeze. So, if we close this daily candle today, above the range lows, this here are your range lows, and right now it's above the range lows, then I'm gonna close all my position, okay? So I'll just close the 40% of the position wherever it closes, okay? That's my idea, because if we close the daily candlestick above the range lows, then there is a big possibility that we've reclaimed the range and you might see some more upside, maybe even to the mid-range, okay? 30,500. So that's what I have at the moment. I don't have any bias. I've always been telling you that I just want to trade what the market is going to give me. So if we get back inside the range, I'm out of my short and I'm going to look for other potential trades inside the range, okay? That's what I wanted to mention. Then, in terms of day trading, let's check the 4 hours time frame. What do we have here? This move from yesterday left us 2 big wicks, okay? So let me mark this for you. That's a wick over there. Okay, that's your 2 wicks. And then this other line is the 50% of the wick. Okay, so there you go. Those are my levels at the moment. And now you might be wondering, what's gonna happen, CrypNuevo? Oh, by the way, you also have even another wick over here. So there are 3 wicks in the chart. But we're gonna take these 2 because they are at the opposite side of each other. So what I think is that both of these wicks are gonna get filled. Why? Well, simply because this wick hasn't been created to fill a previous one. Here you had a wick, but that was filled with this candle. Okay, so this wick is a new wick that has to get filled at some point, and the wick to the upside, the same. If you look at the left, it's not filling a previous wick. Okay, I mean, you had a wick here, but this wick gets filled with this green candle, all right? So there are 2 wicks in the chart. Both of them are going to get filled, and now we have to try to understand what's going to happen first, okay? Which one is going to get filled first? So for that, we need to go into the 1 hour time frame, and let's see what is going on. First of all, this pump. When was this pump created? Let me check this out. So that was basically the New York session at 3 o'clock, okay? Then it goes to the New York session. The New York session closes here, and then the Asian session opens here, but you have this large green candle that happens between the 2 sessions, okay? During this time, in this 2-3 hours gap, there is no session, okay? New York is closed and Asia didn't open yet. So this candle, you cannot say that was in the Asian session because Asia session was not open yet. But then from here, you can see that Asia, the first thing that they did was to set a stop hunt to the upside. Boom, there you go. They left a wick and then they dump price. Okay, so in my opinion, what Asia did here was a stop hunt and then a dump. So I would consider that Asia dumped price, okay? If we mark the session, it would have been something like this, okay? That's to me what Asia did. Now, what is London doing, guys? Well, London is holding at the moment, okay? It's very clearly holding at the moment. Check that out. It's holding, okay? So, what am I expecting for New York? We still have a couple of hours for the London session, but if it closes inside this box over there, I'm going to expect New York to pump, okay? Something like this. That's what I'm going to expect New York to do, okay? Now, if you go into the 4-hour time frame, is it possible that New York starts dumping first? Okay. Let me do this other one. It starts to dump first, and then it goes for that week. Why? Because if you remember, we have another week over there. Okay. That's another week that has to get filled. So something like this would make sense. Let me show you again. Okay. Give me a stop hunt. Maybe we can sweep the lows, but I don't know if they're gonna sweep the lows, okay? But anyway, let's say something like this for now, okay? It could extend a bit more and sweep these lows of the London session, okay? But let's do it like this. Come all the way here, fill that week in the 4 hour time frame. That is quite well. It's not small really. Let me check this out. It's not small really because the 50% it's around 29,468. And here, we've marked it at 29,440, yeah. So that would be the 50% of that week filled. And then you want to see a reaction to fill the 50% of this week that was created during the Asian session, okay? This is what I'm expecting for today, okay? This is for day traders. Let's see if this plays out. And then, of course, at some point, we need to go, sorry, for our time frame again. At some point, we're gonna need to go for this week to the downside, okay? But again, the daily candle close, it could be a fake out, okay? It could close above the range lows and then tomorrow drop again below. That would be a fake out. It could be a fake out to come later to this week, okay? Because I think that this week needs to get filled. This support needs to get tested, all right? But this is what I'm basically looking for today, all right? That's what I'm looking for today. If today we see something more aggressive and we see straight away a pump, sorry, let me draw this. We see 1 hour time frame, sorry. We see straight away in the New York session a pump right at the start, fill the 50% of the week, and then a drop, and then we close the daily candle below the range lows. We are good for continuation in the next days to the 50% of this week, and then I would keep my short from 31,400 running, okay? So this is what I'm expecting for today. I want to see this 50% of the week filled. Let's see if New York can do the job, because certainly, to be honest, it's looking prime for it, okay? Look at London. London is holding perfectly inside this box, and this is what I was telling you yesterday, okay? In London session, where is the London session? Let me check. So let me redo what yesterday happened. This was Asia, and then London. Yep, I was telling you that I didn't like to see London holding here. I wanted to see London holding lower, okay? Because if it holds here, then it's a possibility of a drop, okay? If they want to reclaim these higher levels. So London yesterday, they didn't manage to hold here, so they went lower, okay? And then you had the stop hunt in New York and the recovery of these two liquidity pools. Okay, you can see that they go pretty much to the dollar, okay? So it's good even if I didn't get this one right yesterday, because I was expecting Bitcoin to come lower, okay, into this level. But even if you don't get that right, this is also a tip for you guys. It doesn't matter, okay? You're not gonna be right all the time, but what it's important is to analyze still what happened. Because if you are like, oh, I didn't read that well. I'm gonna go and look at what's happening now. Now, you have to check and try to understand what happened yesterday, because that's gonna give you experience for the next setups in the future, okay? So, for example, taking that what happened yesterday, hopefully the next time that I see a similar pattern, that is basically just we are learning here together. We see Asia dumping, and then London, it seems that it starts to hold up here, but you want to see then London to drop, okay? That's what happened here, 2 o'clock, London, well, New York opens here, then New York sets the stop hunt and the recovery, okay? So that's what you want to see also the next times, because then you might find a pattern, okay? Now, for today, something like this, what I'm looking, okay? You got the wick in this session, London holding here. We only have a couple of hours left, so I'm expecting London to hold inside this box. And then the New York session. How can you trade this, okay? There are two ways to trade this. First of all, the original idea is to favor the direction today in the New York session towards the 50% of this week, okay? So what could happen? The two scenarios is that they pump straight away here, and they dump, okay? That's one scenario. And the other scenario is that first they set a stop hunt, and then they come here again, all right? So how can you trade this? Well, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Again, it's not financial advice. You can do what you want. I'm gonna wait for London to close. Well, sorry, for New York to open, because London really closes later around here. But I draw my sessions like this because then that's when New York opens and takes all the protagonism. So the way that I'm gonna trade this today is to wait for New York session to open. I'm going to open a trade along, okay? And I'm gonna put another limit order here, okay? In case we see a sweep of the lows and then a bounce, okay? And the stop loss below this liquidity pool. Why? Because it's also likely that the sweep of the lows comes all the way to fill this liquidity pool over here, okay? But if they drop lower than this, then, you know, we're gonna come into this one, all right? So that's what I'm gonna trade it. I will be maybe a position here, another position around here, and the stop loss around here, okay? And the take profits would be one here and another one here. That's what I'm gonna trade today. Let's see if it plays out or not. Pretty clear, guys. I think I've been pretty clear. I'm not telling you it's gonna go up and down. I'm just telling you that we have 2 weeks. Today, I'm favoring the week to the upside to get filled, but getting inside the range lows with a wick to the downside, I don't really like it. So I probably analyze the chart right before the daily candle close, maybe an hour before the daily candle close, because if we close above the range lows, I'm gonna go into lower time frame, because again, I'm not convinced that we're gonna be, you know, inside the range here, leaving this week over here. It doesn't make much sense, so I still don't know what to do. Original idea is to close the trade if we close above the range lows, but again, I'm not that convinced. Check out that week, guys. It's a very long week. How many dollars? Come on, it's like a $300 week, right? Yeah, it's around $300 week. So I don't know, guys. I'm gonna wait and see what New York does today, okay? And then around the daily candle close time, I'll post a tweet and I'll mention what my plan is, okay? If I'm very clear, okay? I'm gonna tell you really quickly now. If I see the daily candle close below the range lows again, then so that would be the daily candle close below 29,533, well, or 25, then the trade from here, the short, is still running. And if we close above the range lows, then I'm gonna have to go again through the chart, lower time frame also, and make a decision, okay? And then I'll share it with you guys. If I close the total trade here, the 40% of the position, or if I risk it and I'm still think that it's gonna come all the way here, okay? So tonight, stay tuned on Twitter, because I'll mention that around the daily candle close. Could this be a deviation? it could totally be a deviation. So these are the type of things that I have to try to think today what's better for the risk management. So that's pretty much everything that I have for you. You have here this day trade possibility towards the 50% of this week. Okay, this would be a nice 1.5% move, even if you catch from here almost a 2% move. Okay, so that would be a nice trade for today if that plays out. And also, very important, the daily candle close tonight. Okay, so that's pretty much everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.